Hey everybody, today I wanted to talk about a fun and easy project you can try at home. It's growing your own avocado from the stone or pit of a store-bought fruit. Growing your own avocado is actually a super simple project. They make fun and interesting houseplants, plus it's a great thing to do with kids. In this video, I'll take you through start to finish, germinating and growing your own avocado tree, and share some of the finer points that I've learned along the way to ensure that you see success. So first things first, if you're just here to find out if you can put a pit in the dirt, water it, and come back to a sapling in a couple months, the quick answer is yes, it really can be that simple. Nature doesn't require you do any fancy garden hacks or anything you might have seen featured in other videos. Now, if that seems a bit anticlimactic, do stay tuned because there are a few other finer points that I do want to go over, and following them will ensure that you see better success with your own plants. As alluded to earlier and heavily popularized in other videos is the toothpick method. The idea with this is you take 2 or 3 toothpicks and press them into the pit so that you can suspend the pit in a glass of water, kind of creating a Spudneck-esque creation. From here, eventually you would see the pit crack open and a taproot form, at which point in time then you can transplant it into soil. As nature would do something fairly different, I got curious to know if this is actually helpful or if it's just unnecessarily complicated. So in this video, I'll show you both that method as well as just direct sowing into soil side by side. So that way you can see the results and decide what's going to be best for your own project. I suspect the method really caught on in part because of how slow growing a fruit tree can be. When you're not otherwise sure what's going on below the soil, that method does at least allow you to see the progress the root system is making and basically reassure you that something is happening. However, what I've found is that despite that advantage, there is a big drawback to be aware of. Because it does require transplanting between water and soil, it adds additional complexity that can cause some additional problems potentially. You may see transplant shock, stunted growth, and possibly even risk damaging some of the root system in the process. So it is good to be aware of those additional pitfalls. Once you have a pit, you'll want to rinse it and then let it dry for a day or two. The reason I do this is because there's a thin skin on the pit and it's most easily removed when it's dried up. Removing it's going to give us a bit of a head start, and it also gives us the additional benefit of that it won't mold when we go to plant our tree. If planting direct to soil, things are going to be pretty simple. You're just going to want to place the pit into the soil, leaving just the top bit uncovered. You can tell the top bit because it tends to be a little bit more pointed, whereas the bottom is a little flatter and you may see a bit of a circular pattern on it. From here, water the soil, then leave it in a warm, dark place for a couple months and check on it every so often to make sure it doesn't dry out too much. For the toothpick method, you'll want to stick in 2 to 3 toothpicks into the pit, and that will allow you to suspend it in a glass. You'll want to fill the glass so it's covering about 2/3 of the pit, and you'll want to change this water out roughly weekly or so. And next, we wait. I will warn that this part does require a bit of patience because unfortunately it's not the fastest. I'll show you how mine progressed from here so that you have a bit of an idea of what to expect for your own. Well, I hope you learned something interesting and helpful in this video, and you're well on your way to growing your own avocado. Let me know how you went in the comments below, as well as if you have any questions, please fire away. And most of all, have fun and happy growing.